Trey, and on today's episode of Sub-Saharan Africa region, the Sub-Sahara region is a very beautiful place with many beautiful features like plantaceous mountains, large lakes, and rivers. Plantaceous can help shape the region's physical geography and can help influence multiple aspects of life from climate and resource distribution to human settlements and development. But one of the biggest problems for animals is if we didn't have plantations here, there would be change availability in water source and vegetation. Most species would struggle to survive in these situations, with it being a drastic change to their environment and habitat. Do you know how this can be a problem in the first place? Climate change. Hey, Mr. Gunter.
Hey, Trey.
What are your thoughts on climate change?
I don't think climate should ever change, just like the students here at Page Unified.
Climate change is a real problem in our world, and this can cause a downfall in animal population within this region. Let's hand over the topic of climate change to Angel.
My name is Angel, and I'm going to be talking about climate change. As you can see here, according to the UN World Meteorological Organization, otherwise known as WMO, you can see here a research project done, like I said, in 2024. They recorded data on one of the three most important greenhouse gases in climate change, the carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Maybe not the most important ones, but contributing gases to climate change. As you can see right here, it continues to grow from the 1990s to the 2020s. And if you look at the bottom chart, there's the standard growth rate. And as you see quickly, there's a pretty big pattern. And some of the most leading climate change contributions can be deforestation, mass commercial production. However, locals are finding ways to help sustain their place, basically. So they're doing protests, they're replanting in order to save some of the animals as well. In the animal kingdom, climate change affects them as well. Some of the animals that are extinct due to climate change are white rhinos, wild dogs, and another contributing factor, illegal poaching. As you can see here, locals often use it for their own cultural impacts or their own cultural beliefs. They use the horns, tusks of elephants for medicine, and the worst thing about it is that they leave the animal to die. Aside from all this, the Sub-Saharan Africa cultural aspects are very beautiful. They have a nice community there. There's a bunch of different traditions, a bunch of different clans. It gets pretty diverse within itself. One of them that I found was pretty cool is that among the Africans, they actually cut a hole in their lip and they place these pots inside their lip, and the bigger they are, refine how beautiful you are. And in another culture, how many rings you're able to fit on your neck is able to determine how beautiful you are, as well as like how fertile you are. And I thought, me personally, that was pretty cool.
Thank you, Angel. That was some great information about climate change and its disasters. See, climate change can be a real problem in our world today. Now to Natalie, what threats to the Sub-Saharan Africa region, and how does it affect the ecosystem?
Urbanization. More people living in towns and dot cities urban, rather than dot the countryside or outside of towns.
The Sub-Saharan Africa region, despite having the lowest proportion, it is also population in urban areas. 40% or 472 million people is experiencing the fastest urbanization rate globally, with an annual urban population growth rate as 4.1% compared to the global rate of 2%. This rapid urbanization in Sub-Saharan Africa brings a myriad of challenges, including unemployment, poverty, indicate health care, insufficient sanitations, poor water supplies, and the proliferation of slums. As the urban population in Sub-Saharan Africa is expected to grow significantly in the coming years, addressing these challenges is crucial for sustainable development. Consequently, scholars, policymakers, and urban planners are increasingly focusing on the concept of urban liability and social exclusion.
With a decreasing population already being
Major problem. We also have an even bigger problem. Illegal hunting. In the BMC environmental evidence, it states how illegal hunting has been available for over 29 species in 19 of the 46 other countries. Thank you so much for watching Friday's Night News about Sub-Sahara. Hey! How'd you feel about our video?
Good.